Hi, it's Karen Sullivan here, and thanks for joining me today. Life Health More is my outreach to the community, to the world, and my Facebook page, as well as my lifehealthmore.myshackley.com and lifehealthmore.net, is the way that I try to reach folks and let them know different things that I have to say, and perhaps to help you make your way toward making your life better, making it more like what you want. And as I like to say, to help you to be the best version of yourself possible. So today we are talking about motivation. And recently I've heard some things where there's saying that motivation really is not, forget it. That's not what's going to drive you at all. Being motivated is not going to get you where you want to be. And I really disagree with that. I have my book, The Zen of Weight Loss, which is available on Amazon now, The Zen of Weight Loss, and it is in ebook version as well as in hard version, but the covers are different. The covers are green and luscious and ocean, still ocean. That's kind of my thing, and also my co-author, Jerry Levesque. We're ocean people. And so anyway, if you want to get a copy of that, it's available on Amazon. Now, in the book, we talk about making changes and becoming the person that we want to be, or to get to the fitness level and the healthy weight that we want. And that there are two things that are important, is mindfulness and your motivation. And motivation is what I call finding your why. Now, there are lots of ways to get from here to where we want to be. And I have seen for the 20 some years that I've been doing this, when people know what it is they want and they know why they want it, it helps them to stay the course. It's still a matter of having to monitor and keep yourself on point. And that's where the mindfulness comes in. So you want to get thin, you want to get healthy, you want to continue to be able to move. And so, you set about setting up a path and try to do something for yourself and betterment. Okay. Well, getting from here to there is possible, and there are changes to be made, and that motivation, it comes where you go, okay, let's see, do I really want it? Do I really want it badly? Well, truth of the matter is, the majority of people don't meet their goal because they just don't stick with it. And regardless of how serious their motivation should be, did you know that of all the people who have had a cardiac incident of some sort, and they're recovering, and they're told that you have to change your lifestyle, you have to make these adjustments in how you eat and drinking and smoking and all those sorts of things in order to live. Now, I would think that is a motivation that's really strong. I want to live, therefore I need to change. Did you know, of all the people, only 9% actually make the changes that they have been told to make, their doctors and their family and everybody else? So 9%. Now, that astonishes me. So when you think about trying just to get fit and to lose weight, well, like we all do, you go, well, I'll worry about that tomorrow, Scarlett O'Hara. Well, the thing is that you have to make sure that your motivation is something that is very deep and it strikes at your heart's desire. Right at this point, we're having the Winter Olympics, which I believe start Thursday. Today is Monday. And you have these athletes there that have had this heart's desire to perform and make it to the Olympics and to be the best that they can be. And they've had that for a long time. The time that those people have spent, training and making sure the nutrition was good is just knocks my socks off to think about how hard they've worked. Their motivation is not just a want, a need, but it is a heart's desire. It is so deeply ingrained in every cell of their body that they are able to stay with it, to stick to their workout program. And that's the kind of motivation that you need to have. Motivation is not garbage. Motivation is the driving force. It is the way to get to where you want to be. And the only difference is you need to have a constant reminder of what that motivation is. And so being mindful is something that we've talked about other days, but today I'm talking about your motivation. Now, understanding, and we talk about this in the Zen of Weight Loss, understanding that brains love patterns, brains love routines. And so they like the status quo. I read something today, and I wish I could remember who it was. I was reading through so much stuff, sort of bucking up for this show today. And the person was talking about, imagine that you're driving on a dirt road to go to from point A to point B, and you drive the same road, and the dirt road gets ruts in it, and they're deep ruts, and there's all kinds of growth on the sides of the road, and even the grass in between is a little bit high, but you're able to go and go and go and go because you have that path that you make all the time. Well, that's what the brain loves. That's what it likes to do in that constant. And so a lot of times when we think, well, I must be losing my mind because I don't remember turning off the coffee pot, or I don't remember turning the lights out before I went to work. Well, that's because we're in that path that we always do, and we do it unconsciously, especially as I don't know about in other countries, but as Americans, I see a lot of people here are just that routine of, you're going to go upstairs, so you pick up several things. I actually even taught my children this when they were little. You're going to go into the back to your bedroom, and there are 3 toys there. Pick up all 3 toys and carry them back. So you're going and finding a pattern, and you're doing it, and it's unconscious, and it's that unconscious approach to life that is what keeps us from being mindful. And that I'm recommending that we sort of try to reprogram ourselves in that. Now, trying to make a change of any sort in diet, nutrition, exercise, or whatever is difficult because the brain doesn't want to do it. And if you set up a pattern, the brain is wired that it will do it, but there is this issue of it's something different. And so you're not going to get, your brain is not going to go into the flowing with the pattern. There's going to be a little bit of that fear that will keep us from doing things, and stress of a new situation, stress of a new routine. I have to now, you tell me I have to get up in the morning and go into the gym first and then go home. What if I don't make it on time? What if I'm late for work? And your mind and your brain will come up with all kinds of reasons of why you can't do that. Also, anytime that you begin a new program, you have to make sure that you start small. Start small. One thing, then you won't be overwhelmed. So let me back up a little bit. We have our motivation, which is your why, which is the heart's desire. You think those students, they're young adults who are competing in the Olympics, just decided, what the heck, I think I'm going to go do this and I'll be in the Olympics this year. No, it was a plan. It was a dream. And it's been in their hearts and minds for a long time. So their success will come because they built those neural pathways. They built that habit of thinking in a certain way, of doing certain tasks. So that's basically what I'm saying. You have to be like an Olympian. Be like an Olympian and build your entire plan from the heart out. And that will help you to succeed. So small changes, as I'm saying, it has to be packed. Your motivation has to be packed with emotion of how you really want it. Something on the equivalent of, I want to go to the Olympics and be fantastic. And then you just set up a nice pattern and go, okay, I've got diet, exercise, and perhaps some diet changes, but some relaxation and building in some other things that will help you to be able to deal with stress in your life. Well, that takes me to a really strong point I wanted to share with you today, that in the last, well, about a couple years ago, I was having a really tough time. My husband had moved ahead to Atlanta, and I was here. We were trying to sell the house. Not so wonderful. I didn't want to leave St. Louis. I really like it here, but that's where he got a job. So I was behind doing the changes, the stuff in the house and packing, and as well as sort of closing shop at the facility where I used to work. And I had a really great business there with a lot of clients, wonderful people. And that was sad. It was really sad and really stressful. And a friend of mine took me to a health food store. Now, at that point, I had sort of slipped off the radar and wasn't using the Shaklee products except for the cleaners and the basic, protein drink and the vitamins. And so my friend said, bad me, but I didn't even realize there was anything available through Shaklee. But my friend took me and got this product for me to help with anxiety, and really anxiety when I was dealing with stress. And I used it for a while, and I thought it was the cat's pajamas, the great stuff. Well, let's see, last week I was out and shopping and sort of had a lot of stuff. I had to go see a client, and I was feeling a whole lot of pressure, and it sort of created a little bit of an anxiety and a stressful situation because I had to get back to do my 2:00 show while I was doing all this crazy running around. And I looked in my purse, and I did not have a stress relief. Shaklee's product, they do have a product, and I've had it. This is an empty bottle. But I didn't have one in my purse, but I did have one of these old herbal things that from a year ago. It wasn't old, but so I tried it, and I took it, and I was amazed at how I had like negligible feeling of comfort and the stress relaxing, and just I just didn't. It didn't do anything. It didn't come anywhere near to what the Shaklee stress relief does for me. And I think that when we're trying to make changes, that you're going to have that response, because the body, that's what the body does. That's what the brain does, rather, because it really doesn't want to go out of that rut that it's forming. It wants to stay in the same pattern. And so you have to gently build nice new patterns, things that are not going to be too anxious, one thing at a time. And then when you're ready, you'll feel motivated and moved to make the next change. Okay. So that will help you with doing it. But the stress relief, I've put on here the number of the product number and the website if you're interested in hearing more about that. But I know that with your heart's desire, you will be able to make a great change in everything that you do. Now, listen, I'm trying to pull up here. I have on my computer somewhere. Here it is. I have that thinking about the Winter Olympics, and there are 30 athletes, and I don't know if you can see this on the iPad. It reflects sometimes, but there are 30 athletes who are taking Shaklee products. They are Shaklee pure performance athletes in the Winter Olympics. 30 people who have a heart's desire to do wonderful things at the Olympics, and they have made sure that they have a nutritional package that will keep their bodies healthy and strong and growing, and so that throughout their whole training they've been using the Shaklee products. So I'm trying to see if I hope I can say everybody's name correctly. In speed skating, we've got Aaron Tran. Ice dancing, Andrew Pohe, I think. Barrett Minu in skeleton, Brandy Tennell in figure skating, Brendan Green in the biathlon, Cale Simmons, athlete services coordinator. That's okay. He's still doing it, right? Karjan speed skating, Karen Davies, athletic services coordinator, Danny, whose last name I can't pronounce, in hockey, Emily Fowler is hockey, Faye is a snowboarder. We've got Jason is in the luge. Speed skating is Jesse. James in bobsled. John is in curling. I'm only going to try the first names. Julian is figure skating. Casey is ice hockey. Caitlin is ice dancing. Speed skating is Lana. Madison is ice dancing. Luge is Matt. Michael, ski jumping. Biathlon is Rosanna. Biathlon, holy moly. Speed skating, Ryan. Bobsled, Sam. That is a tough sport. I had a friend that competed in the Olympics in bobsledding. Tough sport. Sophie is cross country. Taylor is luge and speed skating. Thomas, Tyler, curling, and Zachary is ice dancing. You guys rock and roll. I'm so proud of the fact that you have taken the time to train. We wish you all the luck in the world. And the fact that you have added to your tool chest the Shaklee supplements is marvelous. And we know that they're going to be great things, do great things for you. So in the meantime, when you're trying to make a plan, don't forget, motivation is everything. Motivation is digging into your heart's desire. Keep asking yourself, yeah, but why? Yeah, but why do I want that? And once you have that why, you'll be able to build better the program that you want for yourself. You have a wonderful day. All the best to you. Take care.